Right, symptoms. As you can see, I've got my iPad with some notes. Started in late November 2018 with the change in my bowel habits. So I used to go for one big poo about 6:30 in the morning, and it suddenly started changing to 5 or 10 little poos. So didn't think too much of it. And then I started to get this pain in the back and feel like I get this shooting pain, like someone has stabbed me up my rear end with a broom handle. And so down to the doctors, you know. Doctor says, have you had a prostate exam? I said, no, never had one before in my life. I said, well, you know, drop your charges, you're gonna have one now. So yeah, I had poke and prod up there. No, don't think anything serious. Could be a stomach bug, so what we'll do, we'll send off a blood sample and see what happens. So sent that off, phoned me back a day or two later, said, yeah, it's just showing a slight infection, we'll put you on antibiotics. So didn't think too much of it, carried on. Bowels getting worse, and I went to watch Northampton away at Stevenage on December the 15th. And sitting there at work, phone rings. One of my mates, are you going to the game today? So I said, well, yeah, I can do, yeah. He said, well, I'm at my relations in Olsey. So are you going on the train? I said, yeah, well, Olsey's a couple of stops up. I said, there's only about 5, 6 stops from me. He says, well, I'm getting something like the 1:15 train, I think it was. I said, well, yeah, mine's the 12:46, and then we're probably the same train. So I said, yeah, well, I'll meet you. You going at Olsey, and I'll meet you at Olsey, and we'll go down together. So we met up, walking down to the ground, went in the ground. Yeah, fine. But I said, do you want a cup of tea? He says, yeah, go on. So I was nipping for a pee. So nipped in for a pee, and then I got the other symptom. I started passing air through my waterworks, and then the fast brown lumps, which, when you fart through your willy, it's an experience. So I thought, that's definitely not right. So first thing Monday morning, phoned the doctors up again, and they went, that's weird. So just come down and see us in the afternoon. So I think it's about 3 o'clock, the appointment. So trotted down to see him. Said, yeah, poke and prod. Oh, you've had a thing exam, you know, prostate exam. Yeah, fine. So what we'll do, we'll go for the works. We need to send off a stool sample, a urine sample. We'll do another blood sample, see if there's anything in that, and we need another male sample. Can you do that today? I went, well, yeah, I've got nothing else to do. So go home, and yeah, blood sample went in the afternoon. Yeah. Stool sample fairly easy. They give you a pot with a little spoon on it. Spoon that in, yeah. Water sample easy peasy. The male sample, that was fun, because they give you a test tube which is about that thick, and you've got to, should we say, aim into it whilst you are doing whatever. So whatever, put them back in the bag, down to the doctor's surgery, hand them over to a rather attractive young nurse who asked what the samples they are. And I said, well, there's a wee sample in there, and a poo sample in there, and a certain other male sample. And she went bright red and put them in the bag. So they came back showing, yep, slight infection. So back onto more antibiotics, this time bloody stronger ones. So then Christmas 2018 comes. Struggle through that, still with the occasional twinge here and there, and we come to 30th of December 2018, which was my aunt's 60th birthday party, and we're all supposed to be going out to some sports centre because she was having a big 60th birthday party. So I get up, said, yeah, well, Mum and Dad said, well, you can come with us. So I drove my car round to theirs, went to get out of the car, couldn't get out. I got this shooting pain up my back. It's literally as if I was sat in the car and someone had taken a broomstick and rammed it up my rear end. Couldn't move. So I had to sit in the car and part the horn. My dad came out and said, "You all right?" I said, "No, I can't move. Back's gone. I've got this horrible back pain and everything." So he said, "Right, that's it. You're going to the hospital. No arguing about it." We're down the hospital. So this was about 9 o'clock in the morning. We get down the hospital. I stagger in. I'm literally limping in. And they said, "Oh, blimey, what's wrong with you?" So Dad said, "Well, this is what it's got, blah, 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 blah." So, of course, when you go in there, you see the pre-assessment nurse. She says, "Well, you look in absolute agony." I says, "I am in agony. It bloody hurts." So she gave me 2 Cocodamol and a paracetamol. And that took the pain off, but I was just sat there. So about an hour or 2 later, doctor calls me in and says, "Yep, what's the problem?" So I said, "Well, I've got this horrible pain in the backside." Says, "If I poo, I don't poo normally, I just poo little lumps or little cloudy, watery stuff." So he said, "Well, we had a prostate exam." I said, "Well, I had one about 6 weeks ago." He says, "Well, we'll do another one to be on the safe side." He says, "But I need to get a chaperone." So he brings in this poor, young, innocent, blonde-haired little nurse. And she sits there. And she went bright red, said, because all she could see was me bent in like a U shape. And this doctor lubing up his finger ready to go up my rear end. So to try and break the scene, I said to her, "Well, at least you get to see my best side," which unfortunately set her off into a set of giggles. It was then set the doctor off into a set of giggles, whilst he had his finger up my rear end. All along there's his finger jiggling about, and I'm thinking, "Oh, God, stop that, because I might do something silly here." So, yep, pulled his finger out, says, "Well, it's not your prostate. We've sent your blood, you sent your water sample off, so he said that should be back in a couple of minutes. So we'll see how we go." So that comes back and it says, "Yep, you've got serious infection in there." So he said, "Well, we don't know what it is, but we'll make a note, we'll put you on antibiotics." I said, "What, tablets?" He said, "No, we'll give you this stuff in a drip." So he said, "It's going to sit outside, we'll call you back when it comes down here." So they put me on this drip. And here are the said antibiotics in the drip. Now these antibiotics were good stuff, because I was absolutely zoned out. Like that the rest of the day. I don't even remember walking out the hospital. I was like a space cadet. I was over the top. I was bouncing off walls. My dad was, "You all right?" I don't know. So, get back to mum and dad's. You know, some more relations to come round because they're all going off. They're saying to me, "Is he all right?" And I said, "Well, he's just had a load of antibiotics." I said, "Well, there's no way he's going to the party, because, you know, you could have got the whole of the England Lionesses football team to dance past me in their underwear. I wouldn't have flinched a muscle. I was that far out of it, you know, complete, not even with it." So they left me there watching the football. I ain't got a clue who played, who scored, what the result was. Not a clue. So, a couple of days after that, I think it was the Tuesday or the Wednesday, the doctors phoned me up and said, "Yep, we've got the results back from your trip to the hospital. It's showing fecal matter in your water or your urine. So we think you've either got a serious infection somewhere along the lines, or you've got what they call a fistula. But what we'll do, we'll write off to the specialist at the hospital, and we'll get them to see you." So I said, "Well, do I need to do this?" He says, "No, we'll just, you know, if it flares again, just keep on the Cocodamol." He said, "Well, we'll write you a prescription for the strong stuff." He says, "But only take it when you really need to," because it will floor you. So, you know, trotted down to the surgery, picked up my prescription. I've still got them Cocodamol, most of them. I think they sent me I got a pack of 16, I've got about 12 left. So, waited through for another week or two. I think this took me into the middle of January. And then I got a letter through to see Mr. Hardy at the hospital, the consultant, the first time. And, you know, see him, you know, said, yeah, this is what the symptoms are, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, he said, right, we'll have a feel. He says, is that painful? Prod, no. No pain at all. Rolled onto my stomach, yeah, no pain at all. So he said, well, I don't know. He said, but we'll send you for a said the best thing is we'll send you for a colonoscopy. He said, and at least we'll have a look and we can look at it from the inside, because it doesn't look like there's anything external.